Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 original SNES cart review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. If you've never seen one of my previous Star Wars reviews or played the game, then it's a bit hard to describe just what the game is. It's a bit like a side-scrolling shooter, but it's best to show you. At the start you've got the start game, options menu and password. Options menu is the same as in the other two games. You've got difficulty, you've got stereo and mono, you've got your controls. The password selection is here once again. It wasn't in the first one, it wasn't the second, but not as great as this one, which has passwords for every level. So that's good, because obviously Empire didn't have them for every level, this one does. Speaking of levels and stages and the likes, unless I've really badly miscounted, which knowing me I most likely have done, then I believe there were 16 stages to play overall in the game. It's either way, it still takes pretty much the same amount of time to beat as the others. Right at the start here you actually get a flying section, so I can show you this, although this one doesn't have any weapons on it or anything like that. There's now the rebel symbols to collect, which do make a brief appearance in Empire Strikes Back, but they're just there for points. This one, you now have to actually collect 100 of them for lives, so every 100 you get a life. The score makes a return on the top part of the screen, which once again it's pretty useless, as I've said in the others. Other than the fact that you actually get a life after 50,000 points, there's not really any reason for it to actually be there, unless you like going through beating your own score, which again isn't really what this game's supposed to be about. So anyway, top left you've got your health bar there. When you're in the vehicles you can't really make it longer, but you can still collect hearts to increase it, obviously, to regain health I mean. When you're a human or, Wookiee or anything like that, when you're any of the characters, you can actually collect health swords. But I'll get onto that in a second, because this is one of the best things about the game. You now actually get to choose who you want to be per stage. So if you choose Luke, you'll have Force Powers lightsaber. If you choose the Wookiee, you'll have a good blaster and you'll have the spin. If you choose Leia, then you'll have on this level a bit of a spear or a chain or stuff like that. I'll show you Luke, because even though he's the same on all the games pretty much with the lightsaber and controls, and the detonator makes a return, but obviously that isn't Luke's thing, that's just because I've collected it. He still is pretty much the main part of the game. I'm not going to show you Han and Chewie this time though, because they are the same as what they were on Empire, but I will show you Leia, because obviously she's new. So, top left corner of the screen, as I was saying, you can get health swords to make it longer. They're just basically lightsabers, but not cold lightsabers. In the top right you've got your special power thing, which is because I'm Luke, I've got force powers. This game you actually start right at the beginning with all your force powers, although there are less on this game than there were on Empire, but it's still nice to start with them. So you get things like freeze, which obviously freezes the enemies. You can go invisible, you can heal yourself still, so that's pretty much that then. Other than that, there's no real differences to Luke, other than the fact that he's actually without a blaster now. Now the blaster button is actually to, the change weapon button is actually to block with them, so obviously you reflect blaster shots with it just like in the other game. But anyway, that's Luke. There's nothing much else to say about Luke, so I'm going to show you some Leia now. Here we go then, this is Leia. Basically you seem to play as Leia in a different way every time you actually play the game, because you get this one here where she's got the chain and she does like whip attacks and then she does this horizontal spin, or you can play as her when she's got a spear and then she does a bit of a vertical spin, kind of like what Luke does with his lightsaber. So it's pretty cool that every time you play as Leia she's pretty much different. Like Chewbacca, she's got that little hold. If you hold down the button then you'll be able to do a proper spin like that, and you have to let the bar actually recharge fully before you use it again, so that's quite important to know. I've just remembered myself by trying to use it twice in a row there. As you saw a bit earlier on, the shields do make a return. They're in all the games, so that's pretty cool because they're coming really useful. Other than that though, I don't really know what else there is to say about Leia, because she is the same type of thing. You go left to right, you do a little platforming section where you have to jump up like this, and then you kill a boss every now and then. There's planted all over the levels though, there are actually R2 droids for all of the characters, and they're basically, you collect those for your checkpoints. So that's that then. I'll just show you the little bit of the next character, which is the final one to show you, and he's probably the coolest. It's good old Wicket. Here we go then, this is Wicket. This is also actually a boss here. This is just basically a type of droid thing. At least I've been able to show you a boss now. The whole point with Wicket is he pretty much sticks to the same as the original Star Wars. You can't actually run while he's firing, he just stands still. You can actually fire the arrows, which you might notice here, into little like walls and stuff like that, and use them to jump on. it comes in handy in later levels, but other than that, it's the gameplay is pretty much the same for Wicket as it is everyone else. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.